Okay, gang. Well, let's go over this one. This is by special request. This is a song or an example is very much like Gov't Mule's Time to Confess. Want to show some of the fills that are in there and show how they can be used in different chords, and then show one lick. Okay. Now, this would be a lesson that would be like an hour long, which frankly I just don't have the time to do. Or I can show you basically how to do it, the basic method. Now, let's start out with the sound. This is a totally clean sound. I'm using a Fender Twin model. I'm using the bridge pickup for a brighter sound. And then I'm also adding a tremolo to give it that pulsing sound, which is what's used on the song. But you don't need the tremolo. This stuff still works without it. So anyway, I'm going to leave it on. Now the song itself is in C# minor, although there are some cool departures from that in the song, some cool implied key change chords. But C# minor, which is relative to E major, okay, 3 frets up from C# minor is E major. And that's important to remember because not only for the chord structure, but for the solos and for what we're going to be doing with these fills, our fills are going to match things that you can do with an E major. Okay, so I want to show you a few different ways that you can do the fill. So here's the opening bit right here. So basically, C# minor to B major to F# minor 7th. Okay, so first things first, let's cover the things that happen on that C# minor. So for example, the things that you can do on that, the fills that you can add on a C# minor, this form of it. Okay, so this form is basically a bar that's happening on the 10th. Now remember I said it's important to remember that C# minor is related to E major. If you just play the 4, 3, and 2 strings, that should sound like a major chord. In fact, it is basically this E major chord right here. Now, what you can do with that is you can hammer on, you can play that and in complete, its complete chord, or you can play parts of it, like I'm playing the, for example, for this, that's just playing part of it, playing on the 2nd and 3rd strings on the 9th fret, and hammering on to the 11th, which is part of that E major scale, or the C minor scale, either one. They're exactly the same notes, you just got different starting points. Okay? So you can play stuff like that. That's hammering on from the, in this case, from the 9th to the 11th. You can do that on the 3rd string, on the 4th string, and even on the 5th string. All right, so it all works on there. All works. Now, if you play around a little bit, you can even find some more. So just practice that and play the notes that are in E major. You can also hammer on to the higher notes, like so. Those work really well. So that form of C# minor is very helpful, as well as this form of E major. All right, let's go to this form of the B major. Now in the song, that's the little hammer-on or fill or whatever you're playing. Now Hendrix used to wrap his thumb around on the top, and you can do that, but I don't find it necessary and I don't find it very comfortable. I just like using the normal way right here, and I play the fills with my pinky instead of with my third finger. So for example, the two that are most prominent on this one are this one right here, where here we're playing with a B major. We're playing the 7th on the 2nd, 8th on the 3rd, and we're hammering on to the 9th on the 3rd. And then I play the bottom note on the 4th, the 9th as well. Okay, so that works, but so does this one right here. So this one's on the top 2 strings. You're playing a double stop on the 7th, hammering on to the 8th and pulling off to the, to the 9th and pulling off to the 7th. And then playing that 8th on the 3rd. So those are the two that you can play on that pretty easily. Sound nice. Okay, and now here's this minor 7th, the F minor 7th right here. Now it's very similar. You can play all the notes in an E major scale. Or an F sharp minor scale for that matter. So in Time to Confess, he just plays this one. And that's just playing the top 2 notes, which are both 9, and hammering on to the 10th on the 2nd. Now he does play this one cool double stop lick on the top 2 strings, which is an extension of, again, a C minor or E major scale. So that's just playing the 12th, 12th, sliding up to the 14th, 14th, and back. Anyway, play that, and you'll listen to a lot of those double stops that you can play. Plays that one a lot. All right, anyway, so that's that. Have fun with it, and I think that's the best thing that you can do is just kind of try to learn it verbatim, but it's best to develop a facility all your own based on what I think I've given you, which is play the chord and think of the scale that's behind it and try all those notes hammering on. You'll find the ones that sound really good and the ones that don't. All right, so it starts out with those chords right there, C sharp minor, B, and F sharp minor 7th. And then when it gets into this other part, it goes C sharp minor, B, F sharp major. So that's another one that gives an implied key change. But it does go back, A, and then back to our thing right here, C sharp minor, B, F sharp minor 7th. Now the second time it changes and goes to this F sharp or F sharp major. Then it goes to an E, an E major. You saw me kind of go up to here. I'm just using this E major right here to play my fills, basically the same as what that C sharp minor was. Very cool chord right here after the E. A flat major. Now the interesting thing is that if you look at this E major scale, A flat should be a minor chord, and so it's another implied key change, which makes it really cool. Now I could go up way up here and play that E flat and play the same fills. Didn't feel like it. I just decided to play the fills based on this E major chord. Same as with the B, right? I'm just using those 2 fills that I usually use. Then it goes to an A and an F sharp major again, and then back to the turnaround. D. Same fills. You can also play these fills right here, which is based on an E major triad right here. And by the way, I'm playing the same fills that I would have for the F sharp minor 7th, because this is a C sharp minor 7th right here, related to the E major. So I could have played the fills based on that form of the chord. Alright, anyway, I didn't. I played them up here. Frankly, because I wanted them to be the same, so it wouldn't take me so long to explain it. Alright. Then back to your A flat, that cool chord. And then there's a progression that goes down. Now it is diatonic to the E major scale, F sharp minor, A flat minor. I guess it's G sharp for you sticklers out there. G sharp, not A flat. A, B, and back to our C minor. And that's it. Anyway, have a lot of fun with those fills. Get them practiced, and they work for those chord forms. I think if you learn those chord forms and then play the scales based on those chord forms, or play notes around there, you'll figure out which ones work. I like trying double stops, which are 2-note chords, and then hammering on to different strings. And you'll just start to find the things that start to make sense. All right, now the lick. Now the lick, I add a little bit of distortion, and I take off the tremolo, and it goes a little bit like this. All right, remember, this is C sharp minor, so we're playing a C sharp minor pentatonic, same as an E major pentatonic. All right, but I'm going to start out just 2 notes above that and bend that up. Now, what I like about this is it's kind of more like it's not a shredding type of lick. It's more like a Leslie West or even Carlos Santana lick, where there's a lot of tasty bends and not a lot of fast playing, but nice bending. All right, so this is a nice lick over a C minor. So you'll play on the 14th, and a whole play a whole step. All right, now that next part, after you play that whole note up a step, now I'm playing, I exaggerated it right there, but I'm playing the 2nd and the 1st string there. I'm raking a bit. Now the easiest rake is to play it with your 1st finger like this. But I found that when I was hitting my foot switch and all that, I got a little bit confused, so I just play it like this. Alright, so this is this part right here. So they have that bend up on the 14th right there, and then you play the 14th on the 2nd. So the bend up on the 14th on the 1st, and then play that 2nd. It's very delicate. And you got to play that whole bend, and then no bend on the 2nd. So you might have to cut it off and mute it with your right hand, if you can't mute it with your left hand. All right. And it also has a nice little trail off right there, where you're playing the 14th and then just kind of pull off to the 12th and then cut it really quick. That's it. All right, here's the next lick. All right, so this one's straight out of a pentatonic, straight blues. All right, so we're playing licks based like that. We'll play the 12th, bend that up a whole step, double that by playing the 1st string 9th fret. See how you're bending up to that note? And then when you play that 9th on the 1st string, you want to bend it back down on the second, so that when you play the 12th again, you're actually just hitting that note unbent. All right, now we're playing on the 3rd string. We're going to bend that 11th up a whole step. And you don't want to have it, you want to bend very, very quickly. It's not quite a pre-bend, but you want to bend that very, very quickly. It's not like this. No, it's not like that. It's more like this. All right, bend that very quickly. Bend it up very quickly, bring it down quickly on the 11th, and then play the 9th. 11th and 9th again. And then here's this trail off on the 4th string this time. That's it. Very cool little lick. It seems really easy, but there's some nice little delicacies with it. Anyway, dig it. All right, if you're playing that solo of his, get ready for some massive bends, but we're going to do that some other time. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you on later down the road. Bye-bye.